Jordan. I'm a special education teacher, and I started experiencing incontinence when I was in my mid-20s, and it got progressively worse as I got older and had 4 children naturally. Living with stress incontinence impacted my life because I would sneeze, I would pee. I would cough, I would pee. I would go to the gym. I'm an avid CrossFitter, and every time I did any movement, I would leak. I would have to buy a box of pads and put them in the locker room so I could always put one on before I got to the actual workout. I was extremely uncomfortable and always had to carry underwear with me just in case I leaked too much, or a pair of pants. It was very hard living with it. I received my Altis Sling about 10 months ago. My biggest fear was that it wasn't going to work. I remember thinking that I'm going through all of this. I've done all these pre-diagnosis things to help me get better, and nothing worked. This isn't going to work either. I do trust my physician and that this was the right treatment for me after doing everything else possible to get my incontinence under control. I remember walking into the surgery center and being a bit nervous because, of course, surgery is always nerve-wracking. But I remember being confident that this is going to change my life. My physician explained all of the procedure, what it's going to feel like, how it's going to happen, step by step, with every detail. It was less nerve-wracking because I did have all of these data and word of mouth from a physician who's done this a million times already. It helps. I was tired after waking up from the procedure, but I was ready to go. I had to use the bathroom right away, and I actually walked to the bathroom on my own. Did not need assistance. I remember that. And then about 30 minutes later, I ate some food and I went home. My husband drove me home. After my procedure, when I got home, the pain was probably tolerable from what I remember. I had to take one narcotic that was prescribed to me by my physician, and after that day I ended up just taking some ibuprofen every 6 hours, and I was able to walk long distances and lift about 10 pounds for about 2 weeks. To get back to my normal activities, it took me 2 weeks. I also am very impatient and couldn't wait. But I did get the okay from my physician that I could start doing my regular daily workout routines, go back to work, play with the kids, lift things heavier than 10 pounds within about 14 days. I could not stay away from the gym. I needed to go back because that is my stress relief. I was worried the procedure wasn't going to work, and it absolutely did for me. In my experience, I would recommend anyone who has incontinence to go and get this. This procedure's impacted my life because now I can actually play with my kids. We can do sports together, and I'm not worried about leaking. We can go for long walks. I can pick them up. It's been amazing and a great experience. Now, without the incontinence, I don't have to buy bulk sizes of different types of pads due to my incontinence. So now I can go to the gym and not have a pad on. I can go and play with the kids on the trampoline and go to a jump park or a bounce house and not worry about leaking. It's awesome because now I'm saving that money and I only need it during my menstruation cycle. So in my CrossFit community, they would always tease me because I would leak during a workout, depending on, the movements, but about 90% of them were leaking movements is what we would call them. And now that I don't leak anymore, they come up to me, my friends, my girlfriends, and say, "Did you leak?" I was like, "Nope, not a drop." And I was like, "Did you?" And they would be like, "Yes, I do." I'm like, "Well, now it's your turn to go get this procedure done." And they are, believe it or not, thinking about it. They're worried, again, the same worries that I had, and I explained to them that it's nothing to be worried about. So let's see, I hope they go that route. Thinking back on the last 10 months of getting the sling, it has truly been a life-changing experience for me.